ng Pilipinas. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Alam niyo po, I endeavored this afternoon to be here, not just to be with you, but to share with you some insights, some new thoughts that perhaps you will bring home fresh in your mental baggage, or perhaps refresh your memories. Alam niyo po, nung araw, lagi po ako nagja-jogging doon sa Luneta. In fact, nung nanalo po ako, may picture po ako doon sa Luneta, sa Rizal Park. Yung Luneta po, kung sa mga tiga Maynila, malapit din sa Coast Guard, yung Luneta po, ang sunod, TM Calao Street. Alam niyo po yun? Yung sunod po sa TM Calao Street, ito yung Ross Boulevard, ang tawag po doon, United Nations Avenue. Alam niyo po yun? Yung United Nations Avenue, that name was not an original name of that avenue. Ang unang pangalan po noon, Isaac Peral Avenue. Isaac Peral is a Spaniard who lived for a while in Manila. Si Isaac Peral po ay kapangalan pa ng tatay ko. Kastila po yun, namatay po yun kasi nagpagupit sa isang barbero sa Maynila, nasugatan. Siguro sa pag-ahit, nasugatan, nagka-impeksyon, yun ang kinamatay niya. Pagbalik sa Spain, that was 1888. Thereabouts. Isaac Peral, if you search the name, was the one who invented the submarine in 1884. Kaya lahat po ngayon ng submarines na ginagamit ng NATO, even the submarines being offered to us by the Spanish government, are called Peral submarines. Kaya po yung mga nagsasabi, walang kaugnayan ng Pilipinas sa submarino, tumira po sa Pilipinas yung nag-imbento ng submarines. Yun po yung isa. Pangalawa, na gusto kong ialay sa inyo at sana naway inyong maipagmalaki. Nawawala na po ito sa Google. Nawawala na po ito sa hanay at talata ng kasaysayan. Once upon a time, during the Ming Dynasty, ako po bukas ay papunta na sa Bacolod, kung saan ako titira ng 8 araw. Dahil po ako yung organizer for the second year ng ROTC Games. Magsisimula na sa 26 of this month yung ROTC Games. Second edition sa Bacolod City, lahat buong Visayas po yun. Once upon a time, during the Ming Dynasty, 1,000 bangkas. Bangka, maliliit na vessels, coming from Mindoro Oriental, Mindoro Occidental, Iloilo, Negros Occidental, and the Panay Island Group, went to a place somewhere beyond the West Philippine Sea, which we call now. All of their faces without Garmin navigational instruments, painted in black. I don't know how many days they were able to accomplish that mission. 1,000 boats. They came to a place near the contested area now of the West Philippine Sea and conquered and occupied a place called modern-day Guangdong. They invaded China, occupied China for several weeks. Wala na po ito ngayon sa Google. Why am I saying this? This these exceptional men, not trained in warfare, called then the Pintados, were able to showcase the maritime superiority of the Philippines. Ang guide lang po nila, walang compass, yung buwan. The emperor then of the Ming Dynasty learned of that occupation. Pinadala po lahat yung tropa nila, nagtakasa na po yung mga kababayan natin. Nakarating po sila ng tinatawag ngayong Formosa or Taiwan, and then came back and ni Bumagyo, and then returned to where they came from, Panay Island. Just goes to show that we are a maritime nation, not just because of our location, but we are indeed a nation which cannot be set aside in terms of maritime accomplishments. Kanina po, nung naglalakad kami kanina, habang nagkukuhanan pa ng litrato, ang sabi ko kay Vice Admiral Ponsalan, Sir, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng BRP? Yung mga pangalan ng ating mga barko. Bakit BRP? Ang sabi po sa akin ni Admiral Ponsalan, barko na Republika ng Pilipinas. Habang naglalakad po ako mula doon, papunta rito, inaalaala ko po yung mga nangyari at nangyayari pa at mangyayari pa sa ating karagatan. Ang naiisip ko po para sa ating mga kabataan, para sa mga Pilipino na hindi alam ang ibig sabihin ng BRP o Barko ng Republika ng Pilipinas, dapat po siguro ang ituro sa mga kabataang Pilipino pag nakakita ng pangalang BRP, ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay boat of respect and patriotism. Boat of respect and patriotism. Isang barko na dapat sumagisag sa paggalang at isang barko na dapat sumagisag sa pagmamahal sa bayan. Ang lahat po na nandoon sa barko, na sumasakay sa barko, kagaya po ng Coast Guard, kagaya po ng Navy, ay sumasagisag sa bagay na dapat alalahanin ng ibang bansa na igalang, irespeto hindi lamang yung sakay ng barko, kung hindi yung bandila na sinasagisag ng barko. Igalang ang minamahal nating Pilipinas at yung pong sakay sa barko na nagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa bayan. To the Filipino youth, barko ng Republika ng Pilipinas might not ring a bell, but to the Filipino youth and those out there, BRP, within the recesses of their emotions, should be known as boat of respect and patriotism. And I congratulate the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary Force members here who are all present. You are indeed a servant of our country because the nation owes you the respect because of the patriotism that you have been showing. For instance, during the last 20 years for the awardees who were conferred the Dolphin Awards a while ago. Maraming salamat po. But let me continue with the prepared speech. Ang sabi ko, dapat meron kayong maiuwi sa baggage of your knowledge, modesty aside, from your speaker. Otherwise, I should not be here. During my third day as majority leader, alam po ito ni Secretary Mendoza, kung kailan naipasa na ipasa yung Magna Carta for Seafarers. Wala po ako doong inaalagaang provision sa kapal po nung batas na yon, kung hindi yung naisingit kong kataga at mga salita doon sa naturang batas. At dahil po ito ay batas na, pag nalagdaan, nakalusot na sa Bicameral Conference Committee report na mababang kapulungan at ng Senado, palagay ko po hindi na mababago at pwede ko nang ilahad ngayon. Ang dami pong laman ng batas. Requirements paano maging seaman, requirements paano mag-comply sa mga regulasyon ng International Maritime Organization. Ang dami pong nilalaman para tumupad po tayo sa mga European Union Maritime Organization rules at pati na rin po yung mga aspeto kung paano maiangat, maitaas ang kalagayan ng ating mga seafarers. Siningit ko po sa batas at mababasa niyo po yun sa mga darating na panahon. We have more than 800,000 seafarers right now, or even more than 1 million out there. We still have 11 to 14 kidnapped victims of Yemenis pirates. We have some Filipino seamen who were kidnapped, held hostage. Right now, they're still within the shores of the Strait of Hormuz in Iran. Pinalaya yung isa. Ang siningit ko po doon, at hindi na po ito maaalis, lahat po sa Tagalog, lahat po ng ating seafarers, seamen, well-trained, able-bodied, nag-aral, naging marino, ay magiging miyembro ng Philippine Navy Reserve Force. Ay di meron kaagad tayong 800,000 Reserve Force ng Philippine Navy. Di po ba? So we have that inscribed in the law. Naipasa po namin ito nung Miyerkules at alam po ito ni Secretary Mendoza. And a lot of other things to say about the pending Maritime Zone Law, which I expect the President of the Philippines to sign soon. Ito po yung batas kung saan atin pong dinidelineate yung boundary ng territorial sea, contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, hanggang sa high seas. Malapit na po yan. And after that, we will have the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Law na alam po ni Admiral Punsalan. Ito naman po, yung tatlong, nakikita ko po dito, red carpet, tatlong red carpets na dinadaanan from Cebu to Strait, going up, south to north, Balintang Channel, east to west, at meron pa tayong isa sa baba. Tatlong archipelagic sea lanes kung saan dadaan ang mga barko coming from the exclusive economic zone, going to another exclusive economic zone, non-stop, uninterrupted, that will pave the way for the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine Navy, and including the Philippine National Police Maritime Command to really enforce our fiscal, immigration, customs, and even fisheries laws. Wala pa ho tayo niyan. We hope to have that law passed this year. At marami pa hong iba, siguro sa mga darating na panahon ay inyong matutunghayan. But just the same, even if we lack resources, even if we lack the necessary wherewithals, a lot of nations are helping us Ngayon po, habang nag-uusap tayo dito, hindi nga kasama pa ang ating Philippine Coast Guard or Philippine Navy. Meron pong joint maritime exercise happening right now between the US Navy and the Navy of the Netherlands in the West Philippine Sea. Napakarami pong tumutulong sa Pilipinas. Napakarami pong tumutulong, kaalis lang ata ng Indian Navy sa South Harbor. Napakarami pong tumutulong sa Pilipinas, but today, the nation should recognize and honor the Philippine Coast Guard auxiliaries. Without much fanfare, your exceptional achievements exemplify and reaffirm your shared commitment to the principles of integrity and unity and service to the nation. Your dedication and professionalism are an inspiration to us all. And I stand with you as a committed ally, ready to support your mission in every possible way. Sana po, marating natin yung yugto na ipagmamalaki natin ang ating Philippine Coast Guard, ang ating Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary. Similar to the instances I mentioned a while ago. Sana po maipagmalaki natin ang ating volunteers. Ayoko naman ipangalan sa inyo ang Peral Avenue. Ayoko naman din sigurong gayahin nyo yung ginawa ng Pintados noon, Ming Dynasty sa Guangdong. But let me recommend one. Pwede ho kayang gumawa tayo ng Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary Pintados Unit para maalala po natin yung katapangan ng Pilipino noong mga panahong yon. Pwede ho kayang mahikayat pa natin ang ating mga kabataang Pilipino na sumali sa Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary Force. A few months ago, I was guest speaker in a ceremony at the Philippine Merchants Marine Academy. Nagulat po ako. Ganun pala, kaganda yung lugar. First time ko po doon. At sabi ko, kailangan sigurong madagdagan pa talaga ang ating kagamitan. Ayoko pong ipagyabang sa inyo. Meron na rin naman siguro ako nagawa kahit kaunti sa ating pwersang pangkaragatan. Tayo po ang pagyayabang ko na rin lang. Ang Bicolano kasi at Batanggenyo, mayabang din. Tayo po ang nagpatayo at nagpasinaya noong kauna-unahang last year, 2 years ago, during the height of the campaign, Philippine Marines base in the Benham Rise. Yung Benham Rise po, sa bagong batas, pag napirmahan ni Presidente, hindi na po Benham Rise, hindi na po Philippine Rise, ang tawag po doon, talampas ng Pilipinas. Talampas ng Pilipinas. So you learn your fourth new baggage from me. And the sixth and the fifth would be probably what I can claim, modesty aside, as my, if there is something I should be remembered when I'm gone. Pag wala na po ako, ang gusto ko po, maalala ako sa isang proyekto na pagmamalaki ko habang buhay. And this is the Mavulis Naval Station, the farthest tip of the Philippines. I-search nyo po yon. The Mavulis Naval Station is a geological formation as strong, as sturdy, as formidable as Corregidor. Siguro kung mararating nyo yung lugar na yon, kikilabutan kayo. Dahil yung po ay nagpapakita ng katatagan at katibayan, hindi lamang ng sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, kung hindi ng ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po sa Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary. May you continue to work together for a safer and more prosperous maritime nation. Mabuhay po kayong lahat at maraming salamat. Congratulations from your co-patriot. Magandang hapon po. Maray na hapon. Diyos mabalos.
Pilipinas,